Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. And we still keeping this fire going. Just Pearly and all of her samboic, hate theyself clown group that I call the Sambo Clique. We're gonna keep the heat on them. So y'all know me, I just be watching. And Anton Daniels, let's start with him. He always try to act like he's faithful to his wife, but all his wife gotta do is look at how he acts around attractive women, or shall I say obviously attractive women. See, you have attractive women, which could go either way. Like, one man could think they're attractive, another man more than likely would disagree. But then you had the obviously attractive ones where most dudes gonna be like, oh yeah, she the real deal. Well, when he get around the obviously attractive women, I noticed that he becomes a little apologetic and sympathetic, like how he was around the one girl that Bernard Riley did the video on, talking about, and he's another one, y'all. And it's starting to look like we can't even continue on this red pill subject, because these dudes done put some doodle in the game. It's almost like, you ever seen that high school dance? And the punch just be just as good as it want to be, and it's always that person that will come along and spike it, and then the people who don't drink, they can't get no punch. That's what Bernard Riley, that's what Anton Daniels, that's what Angryman, Obsidian, lead attorney, all these clowns. See, they could say, call us clowns. But if we look at the actions, combining the actions with the words, and we decide who's the clowns, then in any rational group will say that them Sambo Clique, them the clowns. Donovan Sharpe too, we ain't forgot about him. Mr. I wanna call people niggas, but I gotta make sure that I put on my Caucasian voice. Get out of here. All of them, they hate black women. See, y'all got people thinking that everybody hate black women. I don't hate black women. If y'all watch mine, I'll let you know when I'm singling them out, but it's not too often. Because I see, really, to be honest, I see more white women doing those things that we talk about than anybody. These guys, I don't get it. Like, they turn a blind eye to white women, and some of them already been burned by white women. But they still want to act like that somehow, some way, the white women are better. That's what they want to believe, because they self-haters. And this is deep, way deeper than we think, because a lot of these dudes that we talking about, they trying to wait till the smoke clear, and then they going to be trying to interview her. They're going to be trying to work with her. I know who they are. And we're going to be on them too. Ain't nobody excluded. Nobody. You could think you got some type of free pass. Go on there. I would love to hear your excuse when we get to roasting you next. Notice I said we, because it's going to be the women and the guys. It's going to be the sphere, the black sphere. Women and men roasting you. Roasting you. Y'all try to act like slavery didn't happen. It might have been different than what we think. But the main difference was all the people that were enslaved were not brought on slave ships. That's the main difference. But anybody that's trying to say it was embellished, like it wasn't as bad, like the only census that weren't as bad was that. Like some of them was already here. But really, that's even worse when you think about it. I said some things in times past when I said, you know what? I'm a researcher. I got to do a little more research on this. And that's what I did. And I'm like, whoa, it was worse. And I told y'all how they did my great-grandfather on my father's side. So you got to add the aftermath of slavery to slavery, because they did it out of spite. And they continue to do it. You can add Regime Carter to the mix too. And that's why should nobody be supporting Just Pearly things. That's how I know some of y'all are insane. You have mental issues. They practically put that dude in either a meat grinder or some type of trash compactor. And they had the top of his skull sliced off. For what? Why did they do him like that? Because there's white people that if they could get away with it, they would go back to that. And people like Anton, if any of y'all get in a fight with Anton Daniels, make sure you get him good. And here's why I say that. And anybody like him. Because Anton let that white dude get all in his grill, talking about he trying to keep his cool. You wasn't trying to keep your cool with that one, what's the one? The one lady that used to be on the Lapeef network. He was arguing with her husband. Her husband went off on him, called him all type of B's. Anton was right with him. Oh, you didn't say all that when I was there? That white dude did. He said it for the both of them. Now what? What you do to him? See, here's the thing. There are some instances where they're not going to be able to protect white supremacy. Not if you get you a good lawyer, so on and so forth. Anton could have jacked that dude up, and if they would have took him to jail, dude, you got to stop at the stop sign. If they would have took him to jail, he could have been like, I want every dime that I lose back. Because this dude was being a menace to society. And then that place, I would have sued the restaurant because they weren't trying to protect him. Anything could have happened from that situation. But Anton has a unconditional love towards white people. But, hey, Anton, you do realize that some white people are niggas too, right? You do realize that. You do understand that that term is about being ignorant, being foolish. They tried to just tag it to us. And we took, give me that. That's why when I do Ninja News, it be white people too. Like how they did that one 19-year-old. Pure ignorance. How are they supreme doing that? They're not. They're not supreme. There is no supreme race. Not in a logical, truthful world. There's no supreme race. It's just not. Money don't make you supreme. Money just mean you got money. I mean, what? And? Whoopity-doo. Zippity-doo-dah. Hurrah. That's all it is. Like, if you got money, that's a good thing. But that don't mean you better than somebody else. Especially if you got it by fraud. Which fraud runs deep in the United States. It's been around since the inception. So all these dudes, they try to, this is what people do. Hurl insults to make it sound like you're the one that's right. Cuss and hurl insults to make it sound like you're the one that's right. Angry Man does it. Anton Daniels does it. Look at this dude. These people, now, let's be honest. Some people that look like us are detrimental to us. And I agree when he says there's a difference between blacks and niggas. But he's talking about himself, because for you to take up for Pearly, you the nigga. You just like that dude that came within inches of getting hit by my car because he came flying on an electrical, whatever that is, like a mini bike. All these people getting hit, I'm telling you, they bringing it on themselves because they not obeying the basic safety laws of traffic and being in traffic. Just like how they stealing all these cars, nobody's taking up for them. Robbing people, the real gun violence, the fake gun violence that is orchestrated to take away guns, the real and the fake, all of those are niggas. I done quit many jobs. I done had many jobs where I didn't like nobody hardly there. I done had jobs where I didn't like a couple people that's there. Have I or will I ever shoot up a workplace? Of course not. They'll never mean that much. Clowns. I'll just move on. So, Anton Daniels, Obsidian, Angry Man, Bernard Riley, Donovan Sharpe, the lead attorney, all of them are goofies. They're goofy. That's why I always say education don't mean nothing. You can be an educated fool. And that's what anybody is that's taking up for Pearly. And then y'all hate black women. That's not what this real red pill is about. Because like I said earlier, the real red pill understand that XX is XX. You got black ones that ain't right. You got white ones that ain't right. You got Latino, Asian, every race. It ain't nothing that you can pinpoint to a certain race. But that's what they want to do because they want to make it like they're invincible and they're innocent. When the truth is, they're not. And they pay people like Anton Daniels, as Duke the Don calls him. That's a good name for him. Who lives in an apartment building. He live in an apartment building acting like he rich. I looked him up, he only made $46,000 from super checks. Hey man, if that's all you get, I make more than that from just regular stuff out here. You stay home all day grifting and lying for $46,000? Come on, man. You could do better than that, man. I did some research on Anton Daniels. And the only house I could find was a little bitty house that my house is bigger than yours. My yard is bigger than yours. It was a nice looking, neat little house. Is that your real estate property? That one little house? Hey, man, it's better than nothing, man. Then he lied and said that he got more patrons and all that than ever. I know that's a lie because I know how people think. And I know a lot of the people he had disagreed with him. I guarantee you he lost support. He's lying. That dude is a liar. You can't trust anything he says. You can't. And then I like some of the people that be trying to come on there and agree with him, like Mr. Let Go. Man, Mr. Let Go was on Kendra G. If he's the man out here like he say, why would he have to go on a dating show? I would never go on no dating show. I would never go on a dating app. Like a dating app? Like what is it, Tinder? Never. Never. For what? Either you gonna get, if I try to get with you, what can you do? Turn me down. Moving on. Turn me down or accept the offer. Moving on. You know? So you got these guys that they keep calling them manosphere, and a lot of them will tell you, oh, I'm not manosphere, but they grift on it. See, that makes you a grifter. Any guy, whether it's Mr. Let Go, Tommy Sotomayor, who's another black woman hating clown. When Tariq slapped him, he ain't do nothing. But when that and Fresh and Fit, I saw him throw 2 punches at that girl. Clown. Clown. Loudmouth clown. I'm telling you, I know your type. I've been beating on your type my whole life. Like even going back to my days at Jackson State. I had this roommate, big old fat dude. Everybody was scared of him because he was big and he had a raspy voice. He sounded like, I knew he was bluff. We all in the room, right? He get to talking, man, you city nigga, y'all can't fight and all that. Wasn't none of them saying nothing. I said, man, you ain't talking to me. I said, you ain't talking about me. You might be talking about them niggas, but you ain't talking about me. I ain't worried about you. He said, man, I'm talking to you too. I said, man, you selling wolf ticket. So you bluffing. Yeah, all right. I said, yeah, all right. I said, as you see him, my back turned to you. I ain't even look at him. I dared him to touch me. And so it came the time, and I need to hurry up. It came the time we was out playing football on the plaza. Jackson State got this area called the plaza. I don't know why we was playing tackle, but we were. So we out there playing tackle. He get the ball, come running at me like I'm a little punk, like I ain't never played football. I picked that dude up and slammed him. Put my hand in his chest. I said, man, I already told you, man. I don't know what you thought. He said, man, get off me. The dude got to stealing. He got to stealing. I don't know if he was addicted to some type of drug. He got to stealing. So he took, back then it was Sega Genesis. He took my Sega Genesis, but he left part of it. That's how I knew he took it. So I was sitting on his bed, and when I was getting up, my hand went down and I felt something. I pulled it out. It was the little adapter that you screw on the TV. So I was like, man, I'm beating his ass when he come back to the room. Because I already knew he was bluff. My guy that was scared of him, that he practically threw him by his neck like the last week before that. I said, man, he'll never do that to me. Now, don't be letting him do you like that. So you act like you scared of him. So he gonna grab the Bible. So put your hand on the Bible. I put my hand on the Bible. He came to the room. When he opened the door, I said, man, where my SH bleepity bleep at? He said, what you talking about? I just fired him. Bink. He went backwards. I said, man, word. I was yelling. He said, man, I don't know what you talking about. I hit him again. Then, of course, his whole thought, he thought he's just going to grab me around the waist, pick me up on the ground, and just beat me up, stump me. He tried to grab me around the waist. I grabbed him in the head like I was wiggling all over the place. I got to hitting him. He gave up. He bleeding everywhere. That first punch, I saw his tooth come through his lip. He bleeding and stuff. So I'm yelling at him. He backing up now. Not trying to fight no more. He threw a couple little shots, caught me in the side before he tried to grab me. But I still was tagging him. Wasn't nothing happening. So I'm yelling at him. I don't know why I said it, man. I told him to get on his knees and beg like a big. He ain't do it. But I started bullying him after that because I knew he was a clown. And this is what I do to clowns, man. I turn bullies into the bully. That's what I do. That's what I always did. So I made a fool out of him. We got to doing stuff to his clothes and stuff. He ended up moving out the room. Cause after that, I ain't want him in there. So I just kept doing stuff. And he knew he couldn't beat me. So he just, and then my same guy that put your hand on the Bible. Man, the dude, I swear to you, this is a true story. He doo-doo in his food that he brought home. Cause he used to go home. He lived in like Alabama. And he doo-dooed in his food. And when we saw it in the bathroom, it looked like it was